Hello, and in this spooky bad influence today, we'll be looking at some ghostly games for Halloween, including an exclusive preview of Jack in the Dark.
Stick with me if you want to talk fluent Klingon, fly with the next generation, and boldly go where no Trekkie has gone before.
Up a bit, down a bit. We'll be showing how you can play games simply by talking to them. Our main review is Jurassic Park on the SNES.
Afraid of the dark? Scared of things that go thump in the night? Then close your eyes and ears, for Bad Influence is about to take you through some of the creepiest games around this Halloween, like this one. The full motion video version of Seventh Guest. You play a super sleuth, one of 6 people invited to an eerie mansion awaiting the arrival of the mysterious 7th guest. The house is, of course, haunted, and only one of the guests will survive the night. But it won't be available until December.
Enough of him. The sequel to the graphically unusual and extremely creepy Alone in the Dark is out in January. It's got a new star called Grace, who's got her own mini-game to introduce her called Jack in the Dark. Grace is an 8-year-old girl. Goes out on Halloween trick-or-treating. She knocks on the door of a spooky toy shop and gets locked inside. It's being packaged with the original game Alone in the Dark when it's re-released this Christmas.
Right, Matt, take a look at this. Another exclusive for Bad Influence, the first ever showing of Alien Breed 2. There's more sound in the sequel, including synthesized speech, which really sets the scene for 17 levels. 9 different types of aliens chase you around a labyrinth of corridors, laboratories and war zones. And it's really scary, I can tell you.
Are you scared yet? Well, the inhabitants of Weirdsville are. They've been overrun by zombies, giant ants and killer babies in the latest monster mad romp on the SNES, Zombies. The entire town's been overrun with ghouls and the whole world's gone wacko.
More fanged madness as I, Dracula, hit the PC. In this latest blood-curdling role-playing game, you search for the fanged master through graveyards and cemeteries. There are werewolves and skeletons in here too, and they're all in on the act, you know, all of them.
You're wondering what all this over-the-top Dracula impersonating's all about. It's because earlier this year, Andy was digitised into a Mega CD version of Dracula the game. He was videoed against a blue screen, then the techie Fertlers cut him out and produced a game sequence with him as the star. The good news is that Andy's acting career really took off after he did that blue screen stuff. The bad news is that he got left on the cutting room floor. He's not actually in the final version. It's been loosely based on the recent film of the same name, with you playing Jonathan Harker, vampire hunter extraordinaire. Keep your wits about you, as Dracula can change into a gargoyle, wolf, or an old vampire master. Pretty horrific, even without Andy in it.
Hello, spooky Fertlers. I'm not scared of ghosts at all, which is lucky because the shed is haunted. The ghost of Great Uncle Nam, who was a pirate captain in the Caribbean, is said to walk on or about All Hallows Eve. But like I said, I'm not scared at all. I'm planning to stay the night here. I've got my camera to snap the ghosty dude, and I've got my ham sandwich, yes, and my torch, and I've got a baseball bat in case the going gets tough. Right, on with the first cheat. Now this is for Lemmings 2 on the Amiga. All you have to do is click on save and then on cancel. Then on the main screen, click at the top right hand corner of the screen, the bottom right, the bottom left and the top left. And then when you start to play, you'll notice that all the levels for all the tribes have been opened up for you. Ha! Oh yes, very good. Right, ghostly dude, take that!
Who are you going to call? Not me. Our main review is Jurassic Park on the SNES, which is launched a week tomorrow. It's interesting because it's been made in surround sound. That's a technique that allows the sound to come from all around you. You may have experienced it in the cinema. You know, like when a plane is supposed to come over your head and the sound starts at the back and then goes down to the front? That's surround sound. To experience it at home, you need a special television like one of these. It's got stereo speakers left and right, but the clever bit is at the back. There's more speakers left and right for the surround sound. Most films these days are made in surround sound, and some television programs too, including this one. So, hello if you're watching in surround sound. You'll know if a program's being made in surround because you'll see this little logo before the program begins. So that's surround sound, but what difference does it make to the game? Well, in Jurassic Park, it enables you to feel you're really there, and you can hear things coming from behind you like that dinosaur. Oh no! Take that, Johnny T-Rex.
So, what about the game? Well, it's completely different from the Mega Drive version we reviewed a few weeks ago. The SNES game's a shoot-'em-up with a strong strategy element. You play Alan Grant, who has to complete 9 tasks before he can leave the raptor-infested island. The Game Boy and NES versions are also due out. This is the handheld. No surround sound here, though. Here's Adam with the SNES version.
I was expecting this to be another dull film license, but after I actually took time to play it, I found it was actually surprisingly good. To be certain of killing the hoverfly, you need to use a bowler's snare rifle, which is one of the range effect weapons. Another one is the gas grenades, which I've just collected there. In order to make the raft go across the stream, you've got to shoot that turnstile over there using a shotgun or a similar weapon. Jump across here, and anyway, there are 2 styles of games here. You've got the overhead style, which you see, and there's a first-person view inside as well. Out here, you spend a bit too much time wandering around looking for stuff, but it's quite good. To get to the other style of gameplay, you need to enter any of the buildings. This is a visitor centre. In each building, there's a task. Here, you've got to reboot the computer, but you've got to have done other things first, like reset the power and find people's ID cards to get into the rooms. The rocket launcher, which I'm just about to use on him there, see you, will destroy enemies totally, leaving no trace, whereas some of the other weapons, such as a gas grenade launcher, leave them lying where they fall. For those who need an excuse to play the game when they should be doing their homework, when you pause the game, Mr. DNA from the film comes out with useless pieces of dino trivia. This game will take you ages to finish, so you get plenty of play out of it. If you want to get an exploration game, then you want to get this.
It's a massive game with loads of options and excellent gameplay.
Even if you're fed up with Jurassic Park by now, you'll still love this game.
And so the final scores for Jurassic Park. Both the boys and the girls gave it an above-average 4 out of 5.
Vec Duge, Ak Duge, Ligi. If, like me, you're a Star Trek fan, and you'll know that was Klingon for, your spaceship is a garbage scow. If you don't speak Klingon, you need the official Teach Yourself Klingon tape. It's part of a whole range of toys, clothes, videos, and books, all based on the series. But true Trekkies don't just want to view, read, and listen. They want to be on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise, boldly going where they have not boldly gone before, and now they boldly can. American games company Spectrum Holobyte are producing computer and console versions of Star Trek. This is the Super NES version. So, how does the game play? And remember, this is an early version.
Okay, well basically it starts off with you're hailed by this doctor. She's on a planet and she's being harassed by some Romulans. So she gives you a location where she is and you need to fly the Enterprise over there. This is the bridge of the Enterprise, and these are the different stations on board here. Down here is astrogation. This is where you'll set up where you want to travel to. So she told us to go to Nukoda 6, so we'll quickly go there. Here's the turbo lift, where you decide what characters you'd like to bring down to the planet's surface. You can choose all sorts of different people. Okay, and we're down on the planet's surface. You can be any one of the 4 characters you'd like. The idea here is we're supposed to locate some Romulans. Data's got a phaser and a tricorder as well, so you can tricorder things to find out stuff about it. There's a Romulan, we got rid of him. Okay, so we're being drawn into a space battle. It happens automatically. The upper part of the screen there is a forward view out of the Enterprise, and the lower part of the screen is an overhead view to give you an idea of your location versus his.
The artwork for all the various versions of the game has been carefully produced to match the style of the TV series, and then directly digitized into the computer. At the top end of the market, there'll be CD versions of the game. Developing games for CD requires a whole new set of programming skills.